Hi there. I'm not gonna give my name for security reasons, operational security, but I've been a customer, or I guess an account holder, you could say, with Brightspeed for about 3 or 4 months now. It's now August when I'm recording this. And I've had such a terrible experience with Brightspeed that I decided I'm gonna investigate what is going on with this company. I've never dealt with a worse company with worse customer service in my entire life. And it just seemed so bizarre, everything that was going on with my experience with Brightspeed internet. So I decided to dig a little deeper. And you don't have to dig that deep to see what is so terrible about Brightspeed. So I'll timestamp below. You can skip to the juicy bits, or you can hear my story first. It's up to you. So, initially, in May of 2025, I knew I was renting a house in the Midwest for college the coming fall. So, I decided, hey, I need to set up, you set up an account for all of your utilities, your water, electric, gas, and your internet. So, Brightspeed was one of the only fiber internet providers, the only other one in my town. You had to get it like 4 weeks out, 4 to 6 weeks out. It had to be like fully dug and run. So I said, no, let's just go with the one that's there, which was Brightspeed. Formerly, it was owned by CenturyLink in this town. So I set up the account, and then I say, hey, I gotta schedule an appointment. Probably should do it in August, just before you move in. That'd be perfect. Do it late August. So I call Brightspeed, and the person who answers, I can tell, is clearly in a call center with Asia. And every time you call Brightspeed, no matter the number, doesn't matter, goes to the exact same place in a call center in Asia. They have like 3 or 4 different phone numbers, but there's a 7773 phone number. That's their main one, and that leads you cannot call anybody in the United States, even if you desperately wanted to. You cannot call customer service within the United States whatsoever. And that's one of the big problems with Brightspeed. So I called to set up this appointment after making my account. This is actually my second call. The first call was to make the account. So I say, hey, I'd like to schedule my installation appointment for internet. It's going to be several months out. Can I still do that? They say, yeah, sure, we'll do that. So I get it set. I say August 29th, Friday. That's a good Friday for us to install. And yeah, so we get through it with the person. I give them information they need. They tell me it's set up. Perfect, whatever. I disconnect the call because we're done, and then I don't check in for like a month or 2 months. Then I look back because I say during the summer I should probably check what's going on with all my utility stuff. So I've got all of the other ones set up, and they're perfect, they're fine. They're sending bills, I'm paying them, water, electric. But I didn't set up the Brightspeed install yet because that's like over $60 a month. So I don't want to set that up until I absolutely have to when I move in. So I check in, and they deleted my appointment for August 29th without even telling me. Didn't even tell me. It's just gone. And I knew for a fact that I scheduled an appointment for installation, and it was gone. Brightspeed straight up deleted it. So I went, wow, that's interesting. Okay. I guess I'll have to call their customer service again. get the installation date put back for August 29th. That's when I want it. So I call multiple times after that, set up the appointment, whatever. I think I set it up one more time, and then it was removed again. And then after that, I call. This is closer. So this is now in August. We're now in August, early August. I call. I desperately need to get this appointment set because it's in the month. And they tell me at their call center in Asia, oh, at your address, there's some construction going on. You can't get internet installed then. Call us back in 3 to 5 days. I go, okay, I guess whatever. It's a couple weeks out. I'll call back. So I call back 3 days, tell me the exact same thing, except this time they say, it might take up to a month for the construction to be done. Now, at this point, I had one of my acquaintances who was going to be living in the house with me. They went down to the town where the house was, hours away from where all of our renting people lived, and there was zero construction going on for internet, fiber, nothing being run. It was just road construction in the town like normal. So that was weird. So I called a third time, and they said the exact same thing. We cannot schedule an appointment. There's construction. Yeah, this was frustrating. So I was messing around on their website, and there's this little section where you can put in your address to see if Brightspeed offers service at your location. So I'd done that like 30 times by now just to see if I could get an option. Because on their website, it's like a shell website. You can look at some stuff, but it's so blank. All they want you to do on their website is call the 7773 number. That's all they want you to do. You cannot do anything else on their website except for check your address. So I kept doing that over and over for weeks. I'd been just messing with that. Finally, after the third call, somehow I put in the address, and this time it gave me a tiny pop-up that said, "Are you moving into this location?" Which I'd never seen this pop-up before. This was weird. So I click it. I said, yep, I'm moving into this location. And it gave me like a checkout screen, like for buying anything online. So I input all my information, had to put in my credit card. They didn't charge me then though. They said, oh, whatever, you have 1 month free. So I was like, okay, great. So I set up everything through the checkout screen perfectly. You choose when you want your installation date. I choose August 29th in that screen. And I check out. And it sends me a confirmation email. And in the app, the Brightspeed app on your phone, it says, yep, you've got your installation date for August 29th. I go, okay, good. I got it back secured, finally. And I didn't have to go through the stupid toll-free number over in Asia. So, I believe that day, or the next day, it was either that day or the next day, Brightspeed texts me and says, great news. Actually, I'll read it right now. Let me get the text up. Just for clarity, just to keep it honest. Hi, your name. This is Brightspeed. Please reply keep to confirm your appointment. So this is during a work day, so whatever, I whip out my phone. I reply keep. It says, great, thanks for confirming your appointment. A little bit later that day, I get another message. 2.5 hours later, they say, without me prompting anything, I sent nothing until this next message. It said, your Brightspeed appointment for order, it's a bunch of numbers, is now on Thursday instead of when I wanted on Friday. If you need to reschedule your appointment, please reply change. So I reply change. It says, we can change the appointment for you. Please allow us a moment to provide some options. It gives me a bunch of options, one of which is Friday. So I say, give me the Friday option. And they confirm that. So, great. Then, the next day, Wednesday, they say, hi, your name, this is Brightspeed. Please reply keep to keep your appointment for Friday. I reply keep. They say, great, thanks for confirming it. Then, on Thursday, the day before my installation appointment, which I had now scheduled to be installed at least 3 times from my memory, they say, hello, your name. It's Brightspeed again. Great news! Exclamation point. We're ready to reschedule your appointment. Please select one of the available dates below. Guess what these dates below are? It gives me only dates starting the 5th of September. This is like a week after when I initially wanted it to be installed. This is ridiculous. So I would be going without Wi-Fi for a week. Awesome. So I say, I want to keep my original appointment because it gave me that option at that time. It said, you could hold on to your original appointment, reply keep. So I reply keep, and they can... Brightspeed actually changed my appointment to the 9th of September after I replied keep to this message. The 3rd of September after I applied keep to this message. So I think in my mind, what the hell? Why is my appointment on the 3rd of September? They didn't tell me at all that this changed. So I reply, change. I want to change this. I want to go back. So they say, we can change the appointment. Great news. We can reschedule your appointment. And guess what they give me? They give me all dates later than the one that they rescheduled it to, which was already days later than my wanted installation date. So I just say, fuck it. Keep the one for Wednesday the 3rd of September, because that's the closest date that I could get. And it's not the 3rd of September yet, so I don't know how this is going to play out. Hopefully somebody actually shows up and does something. Because being in college at a place where you don't have Wi-Fi, you're fucked. How can you do your online homework? How can you look at your schedule? How can you do anything? How can you write emails? You're totally fucked. So I need Wi-Fi at this house before the 3rd of September. But that's the best I'm going to get. So until then, I thought I was fucked. So now, here's the little fun story before the investigation. Just before the investigation. So, today's Friday, the 29th of August. And I'm moving in, so I was planning it initially to be the Wi-Fi gets installed, the internet gets installed the day I move in. That would have been perfect. So instead of it being installed, I decide I'm going to drive to the local Brightspeed office, because I know where the building is in the town, and see if I can get a technician to just come out. Just literally, there's trucks there always, so why can't they come out? So I park, walk up to the Brightspeed door, and it says, if you need customer service help, call the toll-free number that's in Asia. And all of the blinds of this building are pulled down, doors are locked. I'm like, okay, is this building abandoned? Why are they even here? So it also has another sheet of paper that says, if you are delivering a package, go around the back, go to the back door. So I think, maybe somebody will open the door if I go to the back. So I go around back, I'm knocking on the window, knocking on the door. After about a minute, a guy comes out, one guy, and from what I can tell, there's only one dude in this entire building. It's a 2-story, pretty big building. It's like, I don't know how big it is. It's pretty big. 2 stories, and there's only one guy, and this building's like abandoned aside from. He walks me to this one room where he's at. He has a standing desk, some chairs. That's it in the whole building. He says, well, I explained the situation. I say, hey, my appointment got moved back. Is there any chance it could be installed any earlier? It doesn't matter, just any time earlier, please. And he says, okay, the second. That's the best I can do. So I say, great. He takes down my phone number, takes down my address, and sends me on my way. So that was pretty weird, to go into this big ass building in the center of town that says Brightspeed on it. It's locked, blinds are shut down, there's cars parked outside, but there's only one guy inside the whole building. Totally weird. It's like, it's not even like a real operation going on. It's like there's just one squatting dude who's pretending like he's working there or something. It's crazy. So I just plan for, okay, now the second, so maybe I'll get a call or a text in advance, maybe not. Maybe somebody will just show up, maybe I'll miss them. I don't even know at this point. So I go back and I just decide this is a really weird and difficult to deal with company that provides service nationwide to a lot of people. So I'm going to look up what's going on with this company. So here's the interesting parts. Brightspeed, which isn't even called Brightspeed in their official name. I'll add on the screen what their official name is, because I don't have Wi-Fi right now. I'm just recording this. But it's not called Brightspeed. It's like called Connect something. It's like Connect Operations or something. Was founded in 2022 by the Apollo Investment Group, private equity group. And this was basically just founded to take over old CenturyLink infrastructure, because CenturyLink was, I don't know if it was like bankruptcy or what, but they were scaling back at the very least, and they didn't want to hold on to this infrastructure in rural areas across America. So Brightspeed is founded by this private equity group, Apollo, to buy up all their stuff and get the equity, get the money, get the profit, the subsidies, everything. But CenturyLink does still exist in some places. It's just way less prevalent now than it was just a few years ago. So let's look a little bit further into Apollo. Apollo was founded by 4 men, one of which was interestingly heavily connected to Jeffrey Epstein, and he gave Jeffrey Epstein $158 million from what we know. $158 million. To Jeffrey Epstein, the convicted pedophile who was supposedly killed, or suicided in prison, killed himself in prison, but who believes that? And so apparently this guy leaves in 2021 because the whole Epstein shit is going down, and he doesn't want to be attached to Apollo anymore. That'd be a terrible face for the private equity company, which is huge and multinational. So this one guy leaves. His 3 best buddies, who are still running the company, and so the next year, 2022, Brightspeed is formed. That's a convenient timeline. So these 4 evil motherfuckers are behind all of this. Just keep that in mind. 4 evil ass motherfuckers, one of which probably little children, or at least went to Jeffrey Epstein's private island and had a great old time. So, what happened when Apollo took over the old CenturyLink infrastructure? From what I can tell, well, here's from what I can tell. I'll say it exactly. I wrote up a tiny little bit about this. To me, it seems that all of the middle management, even the higher management of Brightspeed, lower management, all of it basically was fired or just cleared out. And all of the customer service, all of that stuff was completely fired. Get them out. They're too expensive. Let's offshore it to Asia, they say. Or they decide. So they get this one call center in Asia. I guess they train the people, and they just go through this little bullshit form where they have like only a couple accesses. Like they can only access a little bit, and you have to sit through hours and get transferred and transferred between people to get anything done until you get to the right Indian who can do the right thing for you. And then they just delete it anyway for whatever fucking reason and fuck it all up. So they put you in this loop at the call center where you're constantly trying to get something done, and you can get almost nothing done, and you're constantly stepping backwards all the time while you're trying to set this shit up, trying to just get internet. You just want a good internet service provider. And conveniently, this is in rural places mostly where Brightspeed operates. So they have a stranglehold on probably thousands of towns across the United States for fiber internet specifically, but they also have DSL. They have copper lines, they call it, whatever. But Brightspeed has been picking up these government subsidized contracts to install fiber optic cables, fiber optic lines to more Americans. Because I guess there's money in the government for that. Subsidies, grants, whatever. So they fire everybody who's in management, anyone who's working in the United States whatsoever, except for the bare fucking minimum. Just the technicians. They need the technicians to install, and then you deal with the call center in Asia. That's all you can deal with. And you can fuck around on their app or website, which gives you very, very little options to change anything at all or do anything useful. So you're I've said it before, but you're stuck in this loop where you can get nothing done. And yet this Brightspeed company is huge. You would think they're raking in so much money. If everybody's paying, $65 a month, little more, little less, depending on the plan. And all across the country, there's probably tens or hundreds of thousands of people paying them, paying Apollo, paying Brightspeed. And yet you can't talk to anybody in the United States or anyone who can even help you. It's fucked up. So these four cocksuckers, they come in, they buy up this old infrastructure from a company that's recessing or like trying not to go bankrupt or something. They want all this private equity, they want the power, the control, whatever. They want a big name for themselves. They want the government contracts, subsidies, grants, funding. And they create this like hollowed out weird ass company that only has customer service, only has people you can literally talk to at all, unless you knock on a door and luckily get one dude if you have an office nearby you, and then you just get hushed out. You're shushed out right away. Shoved out. And Otherwise, maybe you could talk to a technician. I don't even know. I didn't try that because the guy was escorting me out of the building, so I wouldn't talk to a technician, I fucking guess. And you're just, you're getting a horrible experience whilst they're getting all the benefit. Maybe they have competitive plans or something. I don't know. Compared to other fiber providers. But what's that worth? I mean, would you rather pay $5, $10 more a month if you could actually get your fucking internet installed? Or would you rather pay the Brightspeed? Maybe it's a lower price, maybe it's slightly better because it's subsidized, and you just can't get this Brightspeed internet installed unless you get lucky or something, or you talk to a technician maybe, and you just have to be on Brightspeed's random timeline to get your fucking internet installed. And it's 2025. I mean, people pay everything online. I pay all of my utilities online. I need Wi-Fi to pay my utilities. I pay my taxes online. I do everything online basically, except for even at work. You use internet where you work. So we need internet at at every day basically in the United States, and you're getting completely fucked by Brightspeed because you don't get internet. So if I had to work from home or something, or if you're a college kid like me and you're trying to do schoolwork online, at your house where you're not being bothered on campus, or if you don't want to go to the library and I mean, I have a big PC, so I can't just drag that to the library. I'm going to be doing all that stuff on my PC because it's more powerful than a laptop, a shitty laptop. So I need Wi-Fi to be able to do my college work. I need Wi-Fi to be able to pay my bills, do my taxes. I need Wi-Fi to do a lot of stuff. And the government probably thinks, oh, great, we got this new company just propped up by this private equity group that is a bunch of hedge funds and shady shit with Epstein. And great, they're buying up all the infrastructure, they're taking on some debt, whatever. But they hollow out the fucking company, completely hollow it out, carve out all the people, get them out, fire them. We're not paying a single American. They don't want to pay any Americans because that is expensive. And I guess it's Apollo's motto to say, we will not pay an American. That's what it should be. I don't know what their mission statement is right now. I guess I'll put it on the screen. But Apollo, you need to change your mission statement to be truthful. You need to change it to, we do not pay Americans at Apollo. Our mission is to not provide internet and to not pay Americans at all, or hire Americans even at a shitty wage. They only keep the technicians. They do the bare minimum. They had that one weird office worker in the entire building who was running everything for, I guess, I don't know, 30 miles from that location, probably. That poor fucking guy. And everything's offshored, make it cheaper. And it's a disgrace. And I don't know, they need to be investigated or something. They need to be shut down, quite frankly. I guess it'd be hard to shut them down, but at least get some management back. Get some people we can talk to. Get some more technicians. I mean, we're getting fucked out here. If you don't have internet, you're fucked. And what are you going to do? You're going to drive to some McDonald's to do your taxes? You're going to go to some shady-ass Wi-Fi? So you're not on your own private Wi-Fi, so you do important things? You do your business? No, that's ridiculous. You need to have home Wi-Fi in this day and age. So, yeah, that's my rant about Brightspeed. Please, in the comments, leave your experiences. I've seen all over the internet, Reddit, Facebook, YouTube, just essentially only people complaining about Brightspeed. The only positives they have is after it's installed, which is almost impossible to fucking do. Because I guess the fiber optic, it's fast, whatever, so if it's working, it's good. But if you can't get that installed, you're fucked. So, Brightspeed, Apollo, step up your game. Hire some management. Hire more people who know what they're fucking doing. Get rid of that call center in India or the Philippines, wherever it is. It's useless. And yeah, you gotta step up your game because we're getting fucked out here, man. I mean, I thought with Trump we were supposed to make America great again or something. Even if you don't like the guy, America fucking sucks right now. And yeah, you just can't go one day without getting fucked in the ass. Either you're driving through and your road that you always drive on, it's under construction for 10 fucking months and you can't drive that way. And then you try to set up your internet and you get fucked in the ass so you can't set up your internet. So you got to use your cell phone, your data, and you got to pay more to get an unlimited plan to, fuck around and do stuff that you have to absolutely do. And what's the next thing going to be? Like there's always something that's going on that is fucking Americans. Not to mention just a couple years ago how many people got laid off in 2020, or even think back to 2007. We've been getting fucked for a long time. When is it gonna get good, man? I mean, we're just getting these hollowed out companies that are being propped up by private equity groups that just want money. They just want number to go up, big number, and it's like a fake country at this point. I mean, how many other services do you call and they're just some call center in India or the Philippines or China, whatever, and you can't get actual help. There's so many now. And with your internet, which is so vital to literally living, you cannot live. You could be homeless, I guess, but you cannot live without Wi-Fi, without internet in this day and age in 2025. I mean, it's despicable. It's horrible. And I don't know what else to say. I just guess I hope I get a technician sometime. And I don't know. I hope this Apollo group goes under and somebody else makes a better company because this is horrible. They have a monopoly on the fiber optic lines to rural areas in America. And we're getting fucked in the ass. And I hate it. I can't stand it. So yeah, I've reported Brightspeed to the FCC, to the Better Business Bureau as well. But nothing's gonna happen. And I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. It's probably gonna get worse. This is just the enshittification of all services, of all companies that are getting hollowed out by these cocksucking private equity groups like BlackRock and Apollo. And it's horrible to live under. This is tyranny, this is monopolization, and nothing is being done to fix it. So I hope that others have had better experiences with Brightspeed. I highly doubt it though. And I hope you have a better day than I've been having. So that's it.